I'm astrologer and life coach Penny Dix. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to Sagittarius. And that's whether your sun is in Sagittarius, your rising sign, also known as the ascendant, or your moon sign. And I'm bringing you today my absolute ultimate overview of all the key points you need to know about to navigate the year of 2024. Shall we begin? Well, Sagittarius, how are you? How have you fared in the last 3 to 4 years? Because, I mean, it's been in many ways a kind of roller coaster for many of us and the planet in general. So will we see things settle down, or will we see things speed up? Well, interestingly, I think we're going to see things actually speeding up, but perhaps not in ways that we've anticipated up till now, because basically what I'm talking about is the planet Pluto. Pluto, god of the underworld, and also known as Hades, that is in fact a feminine energy, because the Romans, who were of course totally into patriarchy, named all the planets masculine names just because that's what they wanted to do. And so actually Pluto is an archetypal feminine energy, as is Saturn, for example. Saturn is actually an archetypal feminine energy. So, what do we know about Pluto's move into Aquarius this year? Because this is the big news. This is what's really going to impact the whole planet. But how's it going to affect Sagittarius? Well, for you've been having a taste of it, because we've all been having a taste of it through the end of 2023. We've had Pluto kind of flirting between Capricorn and Aquarius as we've kind of moved on to where we are now. And finally, on the 21st of January, Pluto will move into Aquarius, which is your third house of communication. Now, it won't stay there for good at this point, because it will move back into Capricorn for a few weeks later in the year. And then finally, in November, it will fully move into your third house of Aquarius, which is all about communication. Now, interestingly, the day it moves into Aquarius in 2024, the first time it does, January 21st, the sun, our heart, our life giver, our soul, is conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, which I find quite interesting. I think, that transformative energy is almost being greeted by the sun, saying, welcome. You are needed here. You are needed to transform. Forget about what you're hearing about AI, artificial intelligence and technology. That will be part of it. Oh yes, that will be part of it. But what they're not talking about over the next 20 years is how much we are all going to be waking up to our spiritual truth, to the fact that our intuition is not just something that we kind of dismiss as a gut feeling, as if, well, it's just a coincidence. No, it's not just a coincidence. Synchronicities, first thoughts, intuition, gut feelings are all part of that part of the brain, the right part. I don't know whether this turns around the other way when I do it. So I don't know whether I'm tapping my left side or my right side. I think it switches it round. Anyway, whatever. I digress. This is going to be about the awakening of human awareness and consciousness. This is going to be, excuse me, especially for you, Sagittarius, extraordinary. Because even though you kind of think, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. You are a spiritual sign, Sagittarius. You are highly spiritual. You rule the 9th house of the Zodiac. Not only is that about higher education, but it's also about higher frequencies, the higher energy waves that are around us all the time in the cosmos. And this move into your 3rd house for you, when Pluto moves in to your 3rd house of communication for 20 years. But it's just, remember, dipping its toes in on January the 21st with the sun welcoming it and congratulating it for finally making it into Aquarius. Because remember, none of us have ever experienced what the world feels like to have the planet Pluto, the planet of transformation, the planet of personal empowerment and collective empowerment. None of us know what that's going to feel like, because Pluto's orbit round the sun is approximately 247 years. I hope I haven't got that right. I hope I haven't got that wrong. If I have, there'll be one of you to tell me. I digress. So, just off the top of my head, Sagittarius, because I think you've been through quite a rocky time, like a lot of signs have been, because it's been quite challenging for everybody, but it has been challenging for you, Sagittarius. I think a lot of the things that you've wished for, hoped for, dreamed for have just been delayed or not happened. So that at times it's been very difficult to put on a happy face because you haven't actually felt very happy. You'll have 20 years of Pluto in your 3rd house. Are you going to write a book? Are you going to start writing blogs? Are you going to write something that will change the world, will make us look at certain aspects of life in a different way? Now there's a thought. But now I'm going to leap on, because I will be spending throughout the year a lot of time talking about Pluto's move into Aquarius. And I want to get on to just the key dates for you for the next year of 2024. We have some Mercury retrogrades, of course. Mercury is retrograde on New Year's Day, but by the 2nd, it has gone direct again. And it'll stay in shadow for a couple of weeks and then it moves out. But remember, and actually that's quite a good way to start the year, because it's like not too fast, not too rushing into things, but just kind of letting oneself into it gradually. Just a very gradual induction, if you like, into 2024. So Mercury goes retrograde in Aries, which is your 5th house of fun, on the 1st of April, April Fool's Day. That's going to be interesting. I can just hear, Sagittarius, your humour kind of going, ooh, how can I utilise that? And basically, as you know, with retrogrades, they are about things can go wrong, because this is your 5th house. If you have children, it could be difficulties with children, problem with your grown children, just, grown up adults. Can also be the house of love affairs, romance. So somebody could come back into your life that you haven't seen for a long time. And it might just be that you have a lovely conversation and, you know, kind of reminiscing about the old days. And then by the 8th of April, April's a big month. I have to tell you that. There are 3 major events happening in April. I'm going to talk to you about the second one now, which is the solar eclipse, which will be a new moon in Aries in your 5th house of fun on the 8th of April. Now remember, a solar eclipse or an eclipse of the moon means that the sun is shadowed by the moon. And so we get this, you know, interesting kind of energy with a solar eclipse. But it is about new things. But I think the eclipse, and because it's Aries, it's like Sagittarius, you're chomping at the bit. You just want to get things moving. You've just got ideas. You want to get things up and running, up and being done. And you're being delayed a bit because this new moon is going, whoa, slow down. Not just yet. Because this new moon solar eclipse is saying, we have to make some changes first. Remember, eclipses are about change. It can be change in leadership of countries. This eclipse is visible over most of North America and parts of Western Europe. Also parts of South America, the northern part of South America. It's visible. How is this going to play out with various candidates for the various elections that are all kind of queuing up for 2024? So that's the solar eclipse. So how does it play out for you? Well, I think it gives you an opportunity. I think it gives you an opportunity to just take a little bit of time out, pause, get your breath, and think about what it is that you really want in your life, what you want to move forward towards. This eclipse is slowing things down for you. So if certain things have been speeding up, you can slow them down, and that will be helpful. Now, the next major event of April 2024 is on the 20th, when Jupiter, my massive big boy Jupiter, my planet of expansion, luck, opportunity, windfalls, is conjunct, which means it's right up and close and personal with Uranus, the planet of the unexpected, of rebellion, of freedom, of shocks, literally of the earth moving. You've got Jupiter, Uranus in Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign. Will we see more earth tremors round this time on the planet? I don't know. For you, it's in the 6th house. Now, it's on the 20th. There's a lot of spiritual enlightenment is going to come about through this particular eclipse. So the energy leading up to it and the energy leading beyond it is going to be quite phenomenal. And for you, I think you don't want to be hemmed in by traditional day-to-day daily routine. You will want to break out of that. Some of you might go self-employed. Some of you might be in a position where you've even been self-employed, but it's all got a bit samey, and you need to inject some enthusiasm into it or your team, or just completely change the direction that you're going in, completely change what you're doing. So that is going to be a big, big event. And of course, I will do a separate video about it. And then Jupiter, our lovely planet of luck, opportunity, and expansion, will enter your opposite sign of Gemini. And that's in the 7th house, which of course is the sign of significant relationships. And it's on the 25th of May. So Jupiter will be here for just under a year, about a year, maybe a bit longer. I didn't write the date down, so I can't remember. But it's around that kind of sort of, there'll be some retrogrades and things like that. But Jupiter in your opposite sign is going to bring opportunities, if you're single, for you to not be single. It's going to bring opportunities if you're in a match, if you're, partnered up with someone. It's going to bring some lovely, lucky opportunities for you to have some fun. Because, I think things have been a little bit serious lately, Sagittarius. And, this does not suit you well. So from the 25th of May, you will have Jupiter in your opposite sign. And at some point, it will be in opposition to your natal sun in Sagittarius. That is super cool. That is very helpful because those energies that Jupiter will pull on the energy of your sun sign Sagittarius. It will pull it into kind of into the place that it's meant to be. Now, there's a tricky date on July 15th. I don't know what will be happening in the world on the world stage, but Mars, the planet of action, energy, assertion, war, etc., arguments, is conjunct Uranus. Uranus, remember, is the planet of the unexpected, of shocks, of literally earthquakes, because it's in Taurus. Whether that will happen as a generality for the planet, who knows? They are the potential experiences we can have with this kind of energy. And this is July 15th. It's in your 6th house, Taurus. This is about your daily routine. It's about your health. You suddenly might find you have to give attention to a health matter. That could come up suddenly around that time. Don't worry about it because it'll probably be timely that it's being shown to you, and that if you'd neglected it, things might not have been so good. So it's good. So it's positive. Because Mars is drawing on that energy of Uranus, and Uranus is kind of almost pushing Mars into giving birth, saying it how it is, bringing it out, manifesting it. But I think also you might see disruptions to your daily routine, so that, as I said before, you just don't want things to just be ordinary, like in your terms other people do. You want things to be different, exciting, vibrant. Jupiter is your ruling planet. Jupiter is just full of fun and opportunity for you. So then we're going to leap ahead to September, because on the 2nd of September, Pluto will move back into Capricorn from Aquarius, your 3rd house. So Capricorn is your 2nd house. Pluto has been trying to help you with your financial status. It's been trying to help you transform your financial kind of piggy bank. It's been trying to help you recognize your self-worth and recognize that you have a lot to offer. So it's going back for a final visit. It's like when you move out of a house, we go back in for one last look round. We just have a look and we see, gosh, the memories of this house, the memories of what went on. Have I forgotten anything? And you leave. And then this is followed on the 17th of September by the lunar eclipse in Pisces, in the 4th house of home and family. Now, a lunar eclipse is a full moon. This could see significant news around a family member. A family member may be, I mean, what's coming into me is it's the moon, it's lunar, it's pregnancy. If that's a possibility, there could be that kind of energy around with this energy. And then on the 2nd of October, we have a solar eclipse, which remember is a new moon in Libra, the sign of balance and harmony. And this is in the 11th house, which is the house of the community at large, its hopes, its wishes, its dreams. And it's a new moon in Libra. Sagittarius, I feel the second half of the year, once you get through that kind of first 6 months, the second 6 months are going to pick up for you. I think you're going to have more inspirational ideas about how to use that Pluto energy in your 3rd house when it finally moves in on the 19th of November. So at this point, Pluto has been retrograde, as I say, going back into the old house, looking around. What does it need to? Has it turned off the water? Has it turned off the electricity? Pluto goes direct in Capricorn in your 2nd house on the 11th of October. You will really feel a shift in major energies at this time. Because by the 19th of November, so you've got time to get used to it, to prepare the way, Pluto will move fully into your 3rd house of communication, Aquarius. It's going to be here for 20 years. This is super cool for you, Sagittarius. It really is. This is going to transform your life. It's certainly going to transform the way you communicate. It's certainly going to give weight to your words, to your communication. Some of you will be writing books, that's for sure. And they will be innovative books about ideas, new crazy inventions, but they will be Jupiter inspired. They will have a spiritual edge to them. Oh, I can't tell you how I think 2024 is going to be so exciting for all of us with Pluto in Aquarius. Then on the 26th of November, Mercury, our planet of communication, goes retrograde in your sign and clearly in your 1st house, giving you a chance to catch your breath, because through October and the first part of November, things have kind of just speeded up a bit. Things have got fast, and you'll be wanting to kind of, let me get my breath. Did that really happen? Did I really have that experience? You're going to have spiritual experiences. We're all going to experience spiritual experiences that we never would have dreamed possible. Oh gosh, it's so super exciting. I really hope I'm around for the next 20 years, but it'll make me 88. I will do my best, but who knows? And who knows about anything in that sense? Because actually, of course, we never know how long we have. We have to learn to live with uncertainty. And maybe that's something that you've had to learn to live with, Sagittarius, because I think a lot of your plans have just gone. Now the tables are going to turn. The tables are going to turn. The tables are going to turn, and you are going to be much more in charge of navigating your ship through the choppy waters of 2024. So with Mercury retrograde from the 26th of November, it doesn't go direct in your sign till the 15th of December. So just in time for things to get a little bit more sorted out over Christmas and the kind of new year. But we also have a Mars retrograde in Leo, in your 9th house of travel. On the 6th of December, it goes retrograde. Now, this happens approximately every 18 months to 2 years. And Mars going retrograde really does bring in some richness of experience, because, you know, it's a fire planet, like you're a fire sign, Sagittarius. So it actually really it helps you catch your breath, because I do feel by the end of the year, you're going to get a lot of public recognition. And because of that, you're just going to need to take a step back and step off the platform and get your breath. So Mercury goes direct in your sign on the 15th of December, as I said, and Mars doesn't go direct in Cancer in the 8th. So that's, of course, the part of your chart to do with joint finances. So it'll be going in there to do a little bit of tidying up. And that's in 2025, February the 24th, 2025. How can I be talking about that now? But on that note, those are some of, I think, the key points I wanted to bring you, Sagittarius, for the year of 2024. Thank you so much for joining me for this overview for 2024, this ultimate overview. Please remember to like, comment. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And please share with your friends. And if you would like to have a one-to-one session with me, please go to my website, pennydix.com. I am a bit of a dinosaur, and I still don't have a proper booking system. You email me on penny@pennydix.com, which is on the website. I answer you. We discuss when is going to be best for both of us. And then I send you a payment link. It's so quaint. And then I send you the link for the actual meeting on our chosen day. And obviously I will need your time of birth, date of birth, and place of birth. And remember, I also offer coaching, long-term, and just one-offs. So Sagittarius, I wish you an absolutely blessed 2024. And I look forward to seeing you again on my channel. Bye for now.